What's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm back. Just trying to get a little something else set up here. Trying a little something. Good Lord, come on. All right. All right. Now, what happened? Let's see. What's up? What's up? Welcome in, everybody. Or everybody. Just now. Hold on, I can't. What? I don't know what that means. Oh. Never mind. Can't do it anyway. Anyhow. What's up? It is, what is today? It's the Friday. It's the Friday. And yes, I'm back. And yes, the algorithm still hates me. But that's cool. That's cool. I don't know what to expect. I've never done a Friday evening before. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. But I had my most recent suspension didn't end until like noon today, and I had to go to a funeral stuff, and I just got back. But anyway, we'll see what's up with Friday afternoons here. It'll either be cool or it won't. But yeah, I usually do the morning times. So. Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's cool as shit. I love the hanging lights thingy. Appreciate that, man. Anyway, yep, I'm back. The suspension is over for the moment. It is Friday, and we're going to try one out. Maybe we can, who knows, get some good debates in here as usual. As usual. I don't know, though. We'll see. See how it goes. Let's see, it's 3 minutes in. I think the algorithm's, thank you, I appreciate that. I'll fluff my ego a little bit. But, yeah, the old algorithm, don't like me much these days. So we'll see how it goes, man. Hopefully we can get some, good old debates up in here. Then again, I haven't even been on 3 minutes yet. It's barely 3 minutes. So it might take a moment, but you know. We'll see how it goes, man. Oh, yeah, I forgot to close these doors over here in case you hear these damn kids hollering and dogs yapping. Alright. Alright. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I usually tie it back, but I look more like Jesus than Jesus sometimes, I'm telling you. It's pretty long and bushy. But yeah, I actually had to put some more new glue on my hat, so I almost didn't even wear it, but I was like, it gets my damn face and stuff. It's pretty annoying. I had a haircut in like almost 4 years. Actually, over 4 years, like 4.5 years now. I forgot. But yep, I'm a long-haired country boy. That's right. Anyway, hopefully we can get us a good old discussion in here. I have no idea how long I'm going to stay on. I have no idea how much the algorithm's even going to like me at this time of the day. I have no idea. No idea what to expect at all. I've never done a Friday afternoon live, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But anyway, next week will be kind of spotty too, because I'm going to be out of town all most of the week with the old fam. Man, so hopefully it'll go cool. But anyway, if you are a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite passing through, come on in and talk to us about one of these topics up here. And that'll be fun. But like I said, I'm coming off a fresh again suspension, so the algorithm is not favoring me at the moment. But whatever. As long as they get us somebody to talk to, I'll be alright. But we'll see how it goes. I have no idea. Haven't been on it this time. So far, so good, I guess. In the first 4 minutes here, that's pretty good, right? Same reason as last time. I don't even know what it was this time or what I said explicitly, but same thing. It was calling it the hate speech. The last time they suspended me, it was for talking about a fictional character on a TV show, and the first time it was for... Actually, the first time I didn't get suspended, but I got like a striking warning or whatever you call it. But I was talking about a video game character. Like, they're not even letting even get suspended for talking about real people here. Like, but I mean, whatever. I'm back now. I also got one of the agent things, so maybe next time it won't do me like that. I also got I'm making a backup account, and I need to get it going. It's a prostate primate. So if you don't mind, y'all throw me a follow over on my backup account, because if this one gets taken down from now on, I'll just jump on this other one. I won't have to go 2 or 3 days on the bad list here. But yeah, my backup is a prostate primate. I tried to bring it up. I was trying to bring it up which you gotta have live access to be a guest, so I can't even do that yet. But I was trying to bring it up where I could set it in the guest queue. That way whoever could just hit a follow on it, but it wouldn't let me. Because I don't have live access on it yet. Yeah, I was trying. I have to get it to 50 followers first. It's only got 11 right now. I just made it. So I can't have it as a guest yet. But I was going to put it there just so for the convenience of everybody tapping real quick and stuff. So I'll have to get over 50 followers on that account. And then I have to go live 30 minutes on 3 separate days. And then I can do lives and bring guests up. So as soon as I get 50 followers, I'll set it over here and do whatever to get the live going. And then I'll have that as a backup. But I also got one of the agent thingies now too. So hopefully if I get another bad thing for who knows why, I can just hit them up too. Maybe they can get it. The agent can get it taken off, since they can talk directly to TikTok or whatever they do. I don't know. Anywho, let's see, 8 minutes 51. Yeah, the algorithms definitely not favoring me quite, though. That's for sure. Only 55 people so far. Anyway, yeah, I even went ahead and made a note, but I forgot I couldn't put it up there yet. I was going to go ahead and do it, but whatever. It's just we'll just leave that there. No biggie. But anyway, if you are a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite, and you want to discuss one of these topics here with a very low tier middle school dropout atheist, come on in. You'll like it. We'll have a good old time. I should be real crushable to the Christians. I mean, I'm way undereducated. Just low tier like that. So, no threats. No threats. But like I said, I have no idea. I'm usually not on this time, but I had to suspension up and I'm free today, so let's do it. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll have a good old conversation. Who knows? Who knows? Who possibly knows? Who possibly knows? And I'll have to check whatever I say last time. I'm not even sure what it was. It's creeping, but whatever. Whatever, man. Oh, wow. They suspend you for a week for that? For a guest thing? That's crazy. TikTok's tripping, man. Wow. That's crazy. Definitely crazy. Anyway, maybe it's moving a little bit. It's only been 9 minutes, so 9 or 10 minutes. 77. They're definitely bumping me down in the in the algo, but it is still moving a little bit. So I really don't even care as long as they put us in front of somebody to talk to. That'll be just fine with me. Be just fine with me. I just want someone to talk to. Let's see. We got a few people coming in, so that's cool. That's a good question, Sliver. It's a long story, man. It's a long story. Oh, off today. TikTok suspension ended at noon today. Had to go to a funeral, so now I'm late. Don't have. I'm off work anyway, so here I am. We're gonna try out the Friday evening here. Well, maybe we got somebody to talk to. I like their name. Let's see. Well, it's gonna load in here. Oh, Donkey,
Hey
you
man.
there?
Hey there.
You over 18?
Oh yeah, 54.
Cool, man. And you're one of the Christians or Hebrew Israelites, right?
Yeah, I'm an Orthodox Christian.
All right, cool. So, which one of these topics you want to talk about, man?
Well, I guess any of I'm not really what you would consider a conservative by political means. I just base my how I vote on my faith. But yeah, any of them. You choose one.
Well, I mean, that's a well. I can pick one if you want, but I'd prefer you pick whichever one you think's
Well,
like the most arguable or means
okay.
the most to
So,
you or whatever.
what is your basis? Do you believe in God at all?
No, I'm an atheist.
An atheist. Okay, so how do you determine what cruel or unjust or evil is?
They're all concepts we have standards for.
Yeah, where do the standards come from?
We made them up.
So it's just whatever you believe.
No, it's what the concept is, like definition. You know what justice is, right?
Well, I know what justice is in Christianity or theism.
What is it in
I don't know
Christianity?
what one is when one has no basis for that.
Well,
So
I
in
do
other
have a
words, like
basis. Is what I'm saying.
what does Jeffrey Dahmer believe is just,
I have no clue.
or the tiny mustache man? What does he believe is just?
I have no idea, man. You
He
might
he
ought to
bel
talk to them if you want to know what they think.
Right. So I would ask you, where do you get yours from? Is it just your opinion?
No, it's the actual standard of justice, the balance of fairness, getting what you deserve. It's pretty straightforward stuff.
So you're defining your justice by using the word justice. It's
No, I
circular
just gave
reasoning.
you fairness. I'm giving you standards here. Fairness,
Okay,
not
what? So
punishing innocence for the guilty. Like these are standards we can
yeah.
use to figure out what is just.
Well, let's stick with one. What does fairness mean?
Fairness.
Yeah.
It means you get the same punishment I do for the same crime. Is that an
Why?
example?
Why is that fair?
What do you mean, why is that fair? Because you're not getting something that I'm not.
Yeah, but perhaps somebody else. Like if I was to say, you know what, I believe that I shouldn't get the same punishment as you for the same crime. Would that
Wait,
still be
what?
fair?
If you got a different punishment than me?
Yeah. Would that
No, it
still be
wouldn't be
fair?
fair. You would have been getting a different punishment. No.
Yeah, but that's just depending on what you believe.
Do you not agree that's what fairness is?
I don't define fair within myself.
Well, how do you define it with words? Like, no offense, but I feel like I'm talking to a third grader right now. We're having to hash out the most basic of words and definitions here. Do you know what justice is?
I do know what justice is in God's eyes.
Well, what is justice in our eyes?
Well, we don't have a consensus. We don't draw our definition of right and wrong from the same source. You draw yours from your opinion. I
I have
draw
actual
mine.
standards. I don't know why you keep saying it's my opinion.
Right. Yeah, it's your standards. That's the same as
Okay,
saying
so
your
what
opinion.
standards do you have?
For fairness and justice.
Standards or opinions? Is that what you just
Yeah,
said?
I work within the Orthodox Christian faith.
Okay, so what is justice to you? What is your concept of justice?
What is my concept of justice? It's what falls within the Orthodox Christian paradigm.
Which is what?
Which is, well, you would have to give me a situation.
You need me to tell you what your standard of justice is?
Well, justice is, well, God is justice.
Can we just agree it's getting what you deserve? It's an eye for an eye. It's not punishing the innocent for the crimes of the guilty. Like, I don't understand how these are, like, not agreeable here.
Right, but where do you get that from?
It doesn't matter where I get it. It's what I'm using to judge.
No, it ultimately does matter where you get it, because to you,
justice is fairness, moral rightness, and giving each person their due with different philosophies, focusing on aspects like equality. Does that sound pretty?
Yeah. So again, back to the, what would the tiny mustache man consider justice to be?
I have no idea. I don't know who the tiny mustache man is.
Okay, the former leader of Germany from World War II.
I have no freaking clue, man. Why don't you ask him when you meet him in heaven?
Well, I'm just saying, he thought what he was doing was just and out of love.
Look, what? Why did you even come up here? We're not even having a discussion. Like, we can't get anywhere. Do you have any standard of justice at all that we can actually use in a discussion?
I know. Well, the premise of your questions presupposes that there is such a thing as justice. What you're telling me is you believe in opinion.
I'm telling you there's standards for these things, and you just literally just keep saying opinion over and over. So do we have anything actual of substance we can discuss here? Because this is getting really redundant. And
what are your standards based on? It is redundant. That I'm just showing.
I'm going to say it. I'll say it one more time, and if I have to say it one more time, then there's no point in having this conversation. You're incapable of conversation.
Why are you getting mad?
So for the last time, actual standards like fairness, getting what you deserve, and not punishing innocents for guilty. Is that pretty agreeable there or not?
Well, we're agreeing on what you think that is?
Wow. All right. Could you just drop yourself down? This is a conversation I'm interested in.
The absurdity of
just drop yourself back there.
You just proved it.
Yeah, I got you. Could you just drop yourself back? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
All right. Have a good one.
Not capable of an actual. Have a good one, buddy. All right. Let's see. Scott, are you there? Scott? Oh. I don't think Scott's here on purpose. Alright, that was must have been an accidental request there. Well, that was a waste of 10 minutes of talking there. You can't even... Is that the Christian position there? You have no idea what justice is? Anytime anybody suggests anything about some sort of standard for it, you just say, that's just your opinion, man. What does the mustache man think? Like, what? Anyway, I say it all the time. I'm not here to argue with stupid. It's like talking to 3-year-olds sometimes. What do you mean by justice? What is justice? Anyway, I prefer actual conversations that can actually go somewhere potentially. I agree, Kimberly. I agree. Anyway, well, so far, Friday afternoon streams are kind of difficult. Like, what in the world, man? Like, can we get a standard out of a Christian, please? My goodness. That's true, Sensei. That is true. Anyway, oh yeah, well, I got a few folks here. Y'all run over to my backup page, Apostate Primate, when you get a chance, and if you can remember there. Ooh, Dr. Josh, what up, dog? And throw me a follow so I can get that one going on lives and stuff, and that way if I get one of these bullshit suspensions, going forward, which I almost undoubtedly will. I feel like this page's days are numbered in this account here. Because last time I didn't know what I said. I couldn't even get an actual answer out of anything. But anyway, so my latest suspension ended today at noon, and I had to go to a funeral, so I took off work and that stuff. Maybe we got somebody here. Let's see. Hey, John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Are you over 18?
Yes, sir, I am.
Awesome. Are you one of the Christians or a Hebrew Israelite?
I'm a loving Christian. Yes, sir.
You're a what Christian?
Loving Christian. I love everything.
Oh, a loving Christian. I thought you said a doving Christian or something. My bad. Anyway, which one of these topics you want to talk about here?
I can't really see it. My glasses. Oh my god. Okay, let's go with number one.
It is kind of small. Yeah, God is cruel, unjust, and evil, and should not be worshipped. So you would disagree with that, honestly, or obviously, I would think, right?
Yeah, I would.
So
Well,
you don't think God is cruel, right?
no, I don't think he's cruel. I think he does do mean things that we would, as humans, perceive to be mean, but he never did say that he was nice. So,
Oh, well, in verse 9 of Isaiah here in chapter 13, it says, "See, the day of the Lord is coming, cruel, with wrath and fierce anger."
well, I guess you answered your question.
Yeah. So he is cruel.
Could be.
Yeah, he could be. Well, I mean, that's what makes somebody cruel is when you do something cruel, right? If you're
Well,
capable of cruelness, that would
I
make
don't
somebody
know.
cruel.
Really, like people say things are evil all the time. Like I'm just having a conversation right now. I'm not even debating. But people say things are evil all the time. I'm just like it's kind of the way of life. It's not really evil. It's just how things are. Are. What I perceive evil to be is just a separation from God. Like people think that if you go on love, slavery, and all that stuff is evil. It's just the way of life, in my opinion. It's not really evil. It's just something.
So slavery is just a way of life. It's not evil. Is that what you just said?
I don't think it's evil necessarily. I don't think that us as humans truly know what evil is because we never truly experienced the separation of God.
I have no idea what any of that means. So you have no problem with slavery?
I do have a problem with slavery from a moral concept, but I'm saying from a religious concept, it's just the way of life is. I've always been slaves throughout history.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's in the Bible. It's fine in the Bible. There's no problem at all with it in the Bible. So, I mean, I hear you there.
That's not what I'm saying.
Is it not?
No, it is in the Bible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fine in the Bible. There's no law against it in the Bible. There's nothing that says you can't have a slave.
If you wonder, am I fighting for the slaves that are currently in I think I'm saying this right, Siberia, Siberia? No, I'm not. There are slaves in Siberia to this day. Nobody seems to speak about that.
Yeah, well, if it is, it's still evil, I think.
I think evil is
I'm
just a
vehemently
separation.
opposed to owning other people as property.
Well, we're all slaves for something, though. I don't think people
We
realize
all
that.
what?
We're all slaves for something. I don't think people truly
Yeah, but we're
realize
not
that.
slaves to other people that own us as property and get to profit off our labor and do whatever they want with us and beat us.
Actually, we are. In the United States, the government technically is our slave owners. We
No,
pay,
technically they're not.
well, we pay taxes. We don't get to choose where our tax money go. We have to pay taxes, or else we'll be fined or jailed. So it's like you kind of paying for your
So you
freedom.
define slavery as a taxpayer.
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
That's messed up, man.
No, I'm being
That is
honest about
messed
it
up.
though. Like, can you control your taxes?
What?
Can you control your taxes? Can you control where your tax money go?
You can, yeah, I can dip out of it. I don't have to pay taxes. It might catch up with me if they find out. But it
Right.
doesn't make you a
So,
slave because you pay taxes. It makes you a citizen
right.
or a
No,
visitor.
no, right. So you can get in trouble, right? So you can go to jail or be fined, right? One of the two. You're not just gonna get a slap on the wrist. You see where I'm going with this?
No.
You about to drop me. Well, thank you for helping me out.
Huh?
I thought you was
No,
about
I
to
was
drop me.
bringing up some.
Oh,
No, I was bringing up somebody else here.
Can
Not
I
dropping
just
you.
ask?
oh.
Can I ask the guest? Can we just imagine that it's 1853? here in the United States, and we're having this conversation, and Ape says, "Man, slavery's evil. We should abolish it." And you say to him, "Yeah, but we're all kind of slaves because like we pay taxes."
We do. Can you control where your test money go?
Right? Did you hear my question?
No, I didn't hear your question. What's your question?
What I mean, I guess you're right. It wasn't a question. I was just hoping that you would read between the lines there a little bit. Like, do you think that would be a reasonable thing for you to say in 1853?
Oh, in 1853, I'll probably be hanging from a tree just because of my skin color, to be honest about it.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't that be a bullshit thing to say in 1853? You
You don't
have
think
like
it's...
chattel slaves that are being
Mhm.
owned and used to death on the plantation, and somebody makes the argument, yeah, but we're all slaves, right? We pay taxes.
They didn't pay taxes back in the day like that.
They didn't pay taxes back in 1853.
Not like that.
Oh my
But
God. Like, sorry, Ape, I don't know what to do, man. Like
I
this is
don't
just
either.
some shit.
He's already blown my mind with his whatever he is. I don't know.
I thought that would be a
Anyway,
softball. Like I thought that would just be just tee it up. Oh yeah, that'll be
I'm not gonna give
obviously.
you. I'm not gonna give you anything.
I mean, normally it would be, but he clearly has no problem with slavery. So I don't know. I mean, what do you say to somebody when they say taxpayers are slaves? Like that makes
They are.
just,
Like, I'm just being honest with you.
No, they're not.
Let's have a conversation about this, right? You have to work to survive, correct? Unless you're truly living off the land, but even then, you still have to pay property taxes. But you have to work to survive for our average American, right?
Right. So those plantation owners should look at their slaves in 1853 and say, "Hey, look, you think you got it bad? I mean, I got to pay taxes."
I don't think they had a property tax back then. Let me check. I don't know.
Are you a troll?
Yeah. No, I'm being honest.
You must be a troll. There's no sane
No,
person would like say
nope.
things like this.
I never did say I was saying it.
Yeah, it sounds like a troll to me.
In 1853. Well, let's see, because I'm curious on it. Did they have property taxes in 1853?
I don't know. It's pretty bad, even for a troll. But I have heard the legit ones make an argument pretty much like this. So I mean, I'm not too far off.
That's crazy. So that's actually when property taxes started. It was in 1853. That is crazy.
What is crazy is that you are comparing people who are actual slaves to someone who pays taxes.
I said we all slave to something. I didn't say that wasn't right, because that was definitely wrong. Don't get me wrong. But we all
Well,
slave
okay,
to
well,
something.
definitely wrong in the Bible then, right?
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Oh, well. Why do you worship a God that allows slavery then? Oh, yeah, I forgot you don't care. My bad. It's probably not even a good question.
I'm glad you finally asked that question. So, if you truly believe in God, then you know that everything done in the flesh does not matter at the end of the day. It's only a spiritual journey. You can't take your body with you to the afterlife.
Okay, so why do you serve a God that allows slavery and
Because
murders babies and stuff?
it doesn't matter. We're not even going to remember this.
It doesn't matter.
We're not even going to remember this.
You got to be a troll. This can't be. No way. No way that's a real person. Bruh, if you wasn't being a troll, seek help because holy shit.
But for all the Christians out there, like that's not that far off from what we hear on a regular basis. That video that Kip and I just responded to by Paul Copan. Like
I watched it.
Oh man. I mean, like it's there's little difference. Maybe he says it in slightly heightened language, but I mean, my God. So just be aware that's what you sound like, and I hope that was a troll, because if it was, like, I think he made the case pretty good for just how bad these arguments are.
I guess so. So did you say before that video you had talked to Paul before, like a time before that?
Yeah. I don't know if you know who Skylar Fiction is, but he was a YouTube
So, I think
creator. And
so.
I did. I co-hosted on his show for a while. We just had fun, like taking apologists down. But um, Paul actually came on the show at one point, and I got critiqued pretty heavily by our fans because I'm I'm kind of a nice guy, I guess, and so I let him
You didn't
talk.
pounce.
Yeah, maybe more than I should have, and but yes, I mean, like as far as humans go, I mean, you know, uh, he's a nice guy. Just has atrocious ideas that hurt people. So, like, yeah. Anyway,
So, do you think there was any difference in the response? Uh, well, like after that, after you talked to him before, do you think he changed his tone any, or did it make any impact at all?
no, I don't. The only thing he has I don't know, made slight course corrections, I guess you could say, still headed toward the same destination. Like, I don't know if you heard in the video, but like he cites me in his book. And I think he's actually going to do a full response to me in his uh, his newest book that's going to come out. At least that's what he said. But
Right.
I mean, yeah, he adopts overwhelming, undeniable research, but he does it in such a way so as to say, yeah, I dealt with that, but not actually dealing with it. Like in that video, you heard me mention that he talks about the Canaanites and how there's like some research out there that suggests genetic relationships between the Israelites and the Canaanites. Yeah, go figure. But I
A
mean,
little bit.
so if he like
There's
throws that in
some
there, yeah, there's some.
evidence.
But like if he
He's not
throws that
totally
in,
making that up.
or right. But like if he throws that in there, then he can
Wow.
say to his his followers, yeah, I've engaged with that. When really, the whole point of that people bringing that genetic relationship up is to say the Israelites were Canaanites. So
Uh, oh man, that's funny. That's really funny. Did y'all rehearse that video first, or was that like were y'all
uh,
just throwing that up, or?
no, so what we do, and I'm gonna have to drop down after this because
Oh,
I
that's
gotta
all right.
finish getting dinner ready. But what we do in most of those videos, certainly all the Apologia ones, we take the transcript of whatever video we're reviewing and we put it in a Google Doc. And then we just jointly go through over a month or so and just type out responses of what we're going to say. So you can kind of tell, I think, when we're actually reading from the script. And then I think you can tell when we go off, like the beatboxing thing or
Well, that's why I
something.
was asking because I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I was like, some of it seemed like y'all might
Yeah.
have said something before, and then some of it didn't, so I didn't know.
Yeah. No, when we're speaking individually, usually it's reading from the script. But then any of the interactions, almost any of the interactions that he and I kind of have back and forth in the video, they're just sort of as we're recording the audio, we just kind of riff a little.
I get
So
it. Yeah, that was really funny. It was hilarious. I liked it a lot.
I
It was
appreciate it.
really, really good. No, I appreciate it. It was really good. Really,
All right,
really
man.
good.
Well, let me drop off here. I'll keep listening.
Yes,
But
sir.
thank
Good
you.
luck with
Thank you
your
for having me up.
festivities.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
Thanks for coming. Maybe we'll get another one we can bust up. Anyway, y'all know the man. Y'all love the man. He is Dr. Josh, the most brilliant brain of all time in Hebrew Bible stuff. So. There might be people who are like better with like model trains and stuff. They might not know anything about those, but as far as the Hebrews goes, that's the mofoing man right there, buddy. That's him. All right, so let's see. Well, the algorithm is moving a little bit, so We don't have anybody in the queue, though. So, if you are a Christian and you want to talk about one of these topics, come on up and have a chat at us. The one and only rule I have on this channel is, what's up, Sailor Man? The only rule I have on this channel is be capable of an actual conversation. That's it. Say whatever you want. I'll let you say what you want. I won't even sit here and just mute anybody, but just have a damn conversation is all I ask. That's what we like here. We like highly contentious but civil debates. That's what we like. Or conversations, whatever. What's up? Anyway, the queue is wide open, so no wait. I've been blasting the slide for 30 whole minutes now. Of course, we spent 10 minutes talking about justice opinions, I guess. I'll never understand the mind of other humans sometimes. But, you know, whatevs. I'm pretty sure the other guy was a troll. If he wasn't, that was just scary. But either way, we wasn't getting nowhere. That conversation wasn't going to go nowhere. Nowhere at all. I mean, if you're intellectually willing to say that a slave is the same thing as a taxpayer, like, crap, my thing, oops. Yeah, not good. That's, just sad, really, actually. Anyway, Christians or Hebrew Israelites, come on up if you're there. The algorithm is moving a little bit, more than it was earlier, that's for sure. I don't know what kicked it off, but it's moving a little bit, so we'll probably get somebody to talk to. Then again, like I said, I don't know, I've never done a Friday afternoon thing here, but I'm trying it just because today worked out like that. And I was like fiending to come on back here. I had to get back, like, I need debates. It made me sit out for almost 3 whole days, man. Jesus would have supported deportations. Huh? Anyway. Christians or Hebrew Israelites, come on up. The algorithm is moving. Hopefully they'll put us in front of the right person. We'll see if they do anyway. We'll see. See how it goes. I mean, it's alright so far. For a Friday afternoon. Not too bad, not too shabby. I don't think. Well, I had a couple people come up, so maybe we'll get another. We'll see. Kind of interesting, like somebody will jump off one live that you getting cooked and then run to another one and like try to run the same thing over here. Yep. Anyway, Christians, Hebrew Israelites, come on up. It is the Friday afternoon, and I'm here, so let's do it. Thank you, Uncle Creepy. Appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate it. Good day. Hello. Good morrow to you. Greetings and salutations. Yeah, I mean, shit, the algorithm's moving a little bit, so we might get somebody to talk to. I feel like we will. It's moving. Just have to not say whatever I've been saying usually, and maybe I won't get a suspension again. Well, the older I get, the further I get away from belief. It just makes less and less sense the more you understand everything else. I feel you, though. I was just at a funeral today, actually, and I'm trying to remember the last time I went to a funeral and that basically didn't turn into a sermon around here. And today was no exception. In fact, the guy today was like yelling and stuff. Like, it was just like a preacher is. Oh, man. It's something. Thank you. Yeah, we lost a good one today. Big old teddy bear of a man. No worries, though. We all pass away at some point, don't we? Sucks as always sucks. It's bad. Anyway, if you are a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite, please come on up and talk with us. The queue is wide open. No wait. We need a good debate up in here today because it's been 3 days since I've been on here. And now I need a good one to make up for it. The first guy wasn't doing it. It's so weird when you have to talk to somebody like it's the smallest of children. Like you can't, even the most basic words, you have to sit here and hash out what they mean, and you still can't get anywhere. It's just kind of sad, really. But anyway, yep. Let's see. Let me check this thing here. We'll see if while we're waiting on a potential person. And we'll see if we... Lord. Slow shit. Right, got a few there. Y'all don't forget, if you can and you don't mind, head over to my backup channel, Apostate Primate. Same difference, it's just primate instead of 8. But I need to get that one to 50 followers so I can start the live access on it. Anyway, where are in the world are the algorithm is moving, but it slowed down the last couple of minutes. But it is still moving though, so maybe we'll get somebody to talk to in here. Be nice. The stage is wide open. Openest. It's the openest. What up, Clever? Stupid iPads. Taking forever, man. I don't know what's happening there. We did get a few more follows on that one, though, but I appreciate you. But yeah, my backup is Apostate Primate. Primate, not primate. Primate. Or primates. So throw me a follow over there, and in case I get lost here again, I can have a backup this time, even though I got an agent now too. But anyway, also, if you are a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite, the stage is wide open, no wait. Come on in and talk with us, my friends. Yeah, me neither. I'm not used to an afternoon show either. Me neither. It was supposed to. It's like mean Jesus. It's Jesus like it's conniving Jesus. Like, but it's funny, you know. It's like yeah. It's like Italian Jesus. I guess. I don't know. It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny though. It's pretty hilarious. Anyway, Christians or Hebrew Israelites, we're looking for civil debates open here. Civil debates. I'm just a low tier middle school dropout atheist. That's it. When was the first time I found God cruel? First time I read the Bible. A few pages in, really. Barely a few pages in, he starts being pretty cruel. Starts lying almost right off the bat, too. It's crazy. Good. Yeah, I had a sense of humor, too, when I was a believer. I could take a joke. Some people can't, though, sadly. Yeah. I had a meme one time. It was that guy from that, what was the show, or the Squid Games or whatever. But anyway, the guy's like, you know, his picture he takes for the games or whatever. So then I'll put, when you start to read the Old Testament, and it's got him smiling and stuff, and then it says like 4 pages in, he's like, he's making that scared as shit face. It's funny as hell. Yeah, I actually scrutinized the religion, and it failed on every level. Like, very best case scenario, I would have stopped being a believer in it, or not really, I wouldn't have stopped being a believer, but I would have left Christianity just based on what this God does. Like, that's why I say this God is cruel, unjust, and evil, and no one should worship a cruel, unjust, and evil God. And this God was cruel and evil even by ancient standards. That ought to really tell you something. Like, the outside nations of Israel always mention the cruel God of Israel. Like, they even thought he was cruel back then. That's really saying something, because they did crazy stuff in first century Rome, and I mean crazy. Yeah, over 20 years. I was raised a Christian. I was a Christian until I was in my late 20s. Then I actually started scrutinizing the religion there a bit. And, well, kind of say that, but it was almost instantaneous, actually. But anyway, if you are a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite, come on up if you want to talk with us. We'll give it let's see. I mean, the algorithm's moving. It must not be putting us in front of the right people there. But anyway, we'll give it a few minutes and I'll try a reset or something. See how it goes. We haven't had one decent conversation yet today. It's been like 40 minutes now, so. Need to find one of them. Find one of the good ones. But like I said, too, I don't know what to expect on Friday afternoons. The algorithm don't know what to do with me. I usually do mornings, earlier in the mornings. So maybe that'll stir it up there. There you go. Are you a PK? I don't know what a PK is. A Pokemon? Is that what a PK is? A Pokemon? Oh, good Lord, no. I wasn't a preacher, no. No. Actually, my dad did preach, but he wasn't like a preacher, like a full-time pastor. But he did preach a lot and do minister shit. Yeah, I grew up in the environment, but I didn't even I was literally, I don't know if it was because I was slow. It was probably a combination of both. But it was either because I was slow or just so indoctrinated. I didn't even think to question the shit until I was like in my mid-20s. I was like, what? We should. It might not be true. I was like, it never really even crossed my mind, even though I had a whole lot of reasons to let it cross my mind. It didn't. Then I watched one of those, what do you call it, the Zeitgeist movie, and I was like, shit. Those were some questions there, but anyway. I dropped it almost instantly once I figured out the right questions to ask, because I knew as soon as I asked a question about Christianity, it was going to fail. So I just dropped it now. Well, we agree. It should be questioned. What we don't agree is that it's true or not, apparently, because it's definitely not true. Too many failed prophecies and such. No, not really. My grandparents were always really religious, but in my grandparents' mind, there was no scenario that they were gonna that grandbaby wasn't coming to dinner. They didn't care. They did not care. It didn't bother them. Well, it might have bothered them, but not enough to push me away at all. We're still fine with that. I think my family's, I don't know, maybe we're a little loose on that toward the end. I don't know. That's what King James. Oh, I don't know if he's talking to me. Yes, they do. I know several people that's happened to, actually. And it's quite sad and ridiculous. Actually, I know somebody whose family disowned him because he changed. He was a Jehovah's Witness, and he turned into, he got married to somebody that was, she might have been a Pentecostal or something. But anyway, they disowned him just for, he was still a Christian. He just went to a different denomination. It's crazy. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Are you over 18?
Yes.
Cool. And you're a Christian, I take it?
Yes.
Awesome. So which one of these topics you want to talk about, man?
Cruel. Let's do cruel, yeah.
So you don't think
yeah.
God's cruel?
Yeah. Let's do that one.
Cool. Do you think you disagree God's
Yes.
not cruel?
I don't think it's cruel, no.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a whole bunch of passages, like if you read
King
verse
James.
9 in Isaiah 13, it says, "See, the day of the Lord is coming, cruel, with with wrath and fierce anger to make a desolation and destroy the sinners from the earth.
Okay, so
So I mean, it's literally saying he's doing cruel stuff.
he is gonna be cruel to the ones who commit cruelty. That's how I see it. Because the thing with the Bible is we can never know. The Bible is complex, and we can never understand the Bible. Do you agree on that?
I mean, maybe some of it, but I understand it pretty good.
Okay, so the thing is, we have to look at the biggest. Sorry, I'm not. I don't speak fluent English. The biggest. Let's call it message of the Bible, to love everyone, and that God is all forgiving, and that we should be kind to our neighbor and love our neighbor. So why should we instead look at the, if you remove all the bad things from the Bible, you would still have a full book. And if you remove all the good things, you would have a very, very small book. Do we agree on that? That we have,
No.
can you name more verses?
Yeah, I can name a whole bunch. You're talking about the bad parts?
The bad parts, yeah.
Yeah, I can show you a whole. We could sit here for hours and hours and hours with me showing you bad parts. I mean, at least to me, it's bad. I don't know. I can't speak for you, obviously, but I mean, we agreed God is doing cruel stuff, at least to some people, right?
God and, how do you
Well,
mean?
you said he's being cruel to or I can't remember how you put it, like the bad people or the wicked or whatever.
Bad people deserve cruelty. Cruel people should be, people who penetrate savagery should be dealt with savagely. Do we agree on that?
Okay. I mean, God deals with people savagely, yeah. I agree.
Bad people, savage people should be dealt with savagely.
Well, unless you call like babies and housewives bad people, is a thing where you'll kind of fall apart there.
It is not God himself that is committing that. We had a test in Adam and Eve in the garden. They were given one rule, not to eat from the tree. They did that, and God said, if you do that, you will be turned, your world will be I'm sorry for the language thing. The world would become bad and have evil in it. And evil cannot exist, and good cannot exist without evil. And if Adam and Eve wouldn't have eaten from the apple, we wouldn't have had these problems.
Well, I mean, God is still doing the evil stuff. It's not me. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about God.
No, he said that if they eat if they eat the apple, that they would that God would oh my God, how do I fit this? Vad fan heter det? They would be the world would be evil. It would become what it has become.
Okay, but I'm still talking about God doing things to people. God
Yeah, and he
himself
warned
is
us.
doing the evil stuff, in my opinion. He warned us
He
he was going
warned
to be
us.
evil to us?
Yeah, he warned us that if they eat from the apple, evil things would happen.
So, two people ate a magical fruit, and God was evil to people way after that. And
No, he warned them. He would not.
What exactly does that explain? That he's not cruel or unjust?
That he is just. He kept his promise.
So, being evil to people that had nothing to do with this magical fruit eating is being just.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your favorite movie?
I'm not sure what you're.
I don't know. I don't know either, man. I'm just talking a whole lot of bullshit.
Oh, all right. So you're not a Christian?
I don't know. I don't know what I am.
Yeah.
I might be a Buddhist. I might be a Muslim.
Well, you might be a troll. Oh, I'm not sure he was a troll, but definitely didn't think that one through. All right, well, whatever. All right, so maybe we can get a actual Christian in here. Maybe. Oh man. There you go, Michael. You know, I mean, what else can you do but laugh sometime, though? I mean, I get it. Like, you can't. Ha ha. Oh, maybe travel's coming up. We'll see. Hey, Travel, you there?
Yo,
Hey, what's up, man? You're
hey.
over 18 and a Christian, I take it?
So, yeah, I don't call myself a Christian, though what the Bible says I do.
What? I don't understand.
I don't call myself a Christian, but I obey what the Bible says to do. So, like, if Jesus said it, he said his followers that love him do what he said. So that's what I do. But to me, a Christian is a gang sign, right? It's just an allegiance to something. I might as well say like I'm Caucasian as much as it means anything, right? So calling
So
myself
you
a
like
Christian
join the
isn't
gang,
something
but
I
you don't
do.
want to call yourself a gang member?
Well, 20 years ago, I joined a church and ended up becoming a pastor and a Bible college teacher. And I grew in the church and I aspired to different levels of position in the hierarchy. And I found it was hypocrisy. It felt like I was literally in the enemy's camp doing the exact opposite of what the book said. And then had a personal crisis over many years, trying to find myself again. I went back and I just simply started doing what it said. And then I kept with that after.
Okay,
So
all right.
I
Well,
was once a
which one of these
reverend.
topics you want to talk about then?
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to talk
sorry.
about God is cruel, right? Mostly because in
Yeah,
order to call God cruel, we have to judge him. And then by what metric do we
yeah.
call something cruel? And so, yeah, it's kind of the only place I
By
wanted to
what
start.
metric?
Yeah, how do
Is that what
we
you said?
judge God as
Uh,
cruel?
I don't know. I just kind of got like this meter where, you know, like smacking a kid on the hand might be a little cruel in the sense that you corrected him with a little bit of pain, like if a kid
Yep,
was bad or something.
yep.
Now, for that same thing, if you take a knife and
Cut him
poke the
open
kid with it,
because he,
then
you
we're
know,
getting into
yeah,
we're getting into more cruel stuff, right?
yeah, it kind of an unreasonable
Okay.
response.
Well, let me ask you this. Maybe we can just find some examples. Like, do you think it would be cruel to impale kids on a hill?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yikes. Well, God was totally okay with that.
How so?
When David avenged the Gibeonites in 2 Samuel 21, that's what happened. Like, there was a famine on Israel, and God wouldn't talk to David for 3 years. And David's praying to God, and finally God pops up, and he goes, "Hey, I've been mad this whole time because of what Saul did to the Gibeonites. So you need to go ask the Gibeonites what they're going to do to fix it, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the Gibeonites, and they say, "Hand us over 7 of Saul's children, and we're going to impale them on the hill before the Lord." And they do it. And God loves this sight so much that he relents on this famine that he's had on Israel for 3 years and starts favoring David again.
Interesting. So I'm going to give it to you like that. That's what the Bible says. I assume that both of us are going to quote scriptures and talk about different stories, and maybe we can't draw the reference, immediately and prove it out. So
Well, you would agree that was cruel, though, right?
I'd agree with the lack of context that killing anybody is cruel. However, when we talk about war, we're in a different frame. And I'm not saying
That
war.
wasn't about war.
Yeah, I'm not saying war, necessarily is the situation here. I actually think that in order to interpret some of the things that God does, we have to look beyond our human component and look at a specific area of humanity called the Nephilim, talking about genetic breeding and genetic changes to the bloodline. So would you agree that Goliath was, the height of 2 men?
No.
Like the Bible says he was a giant, was he not? And his 7 brothers were giants.
I don't even think that was a real character.
So did God flood the earth because of the Nephilim?
According to the Bible, he was like 9 foot tall, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so did God flood the earth because of the
Clearly just
Nephilim?
miss.
Did he
Partly,
just
yeah.
yeah, so what he's saying in these actions isn't, I hate all of humanity. Something has corrupted humanity almost entirely, and I've had to adjust it over and over again. And so when you think about kind of what was going on genetically, it might have been protection, not just a cruel judgment. And what we understand if we look at the Bible is that we have other forces, the Elohim or the council of the gods, that come along and influence the earth both for good and for bad. And that there's a war of influence going on, pitting both sides against each other. And so God is intervening at key places for humanity to be saved. So what looks like cruelty is actually mercy in some aspects. So when we look at each of these situations,
So
we're going to
how
have
did
to.
these kids get mercy before they were impaled on a hill?
So when we talk about Saul's kids, Saul had many children. Some were lords of war, like Jonathan. His son was a lord of war. He had another son who was in the palace. He had daughters in the palace. So when we talk about kids, we're actually talking about royal bloodlines. And you actually had to protect your royal bloodline through marriage and through war, because this is the way that Israel was structured. It's actually a societal expectation overlaid here. So when you conquered, you had to conquer fully. Otherwise, the sons of those who you go and kill are coming back a generation later. I mean, this
Yeah, you
is
got
the
to get them
nature
too,
of
right?
war. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's what humanity has done.
Well,
We're
I
not
don't understand why you're
deviating from
talking
this.
about war. This is about the kids being impaled.
Yeah, God didn't create the situation, but his response
Yes, he
was,
did.
in order for Israel to succeed, in order for you to do my will in this situation, I want you to go out and do this. And then ultimately we have to say either God was wrong for doing that, or we
That's
may
what I
not
say.
know all the details by which he judged it. And then by what metric can we judge God as cruel? Is it simply because we didn't like, or it was painful or hurtful to some, what happened?
I thought we agreed impaling kids was cruel.
Yeah, with the lack of context, yeah. See, but
Oh,
the framing of the
so you're changing
question
you're changing
assumed
hold on,
that
you're
there could
changing your
never
position.
be.
Well, hold on a second, just a second.
Yeah,
You're changing your position now, correct? And basing it on context of the impaling.
I'm telling you that the way you frame the question has put me in a position where I made a statement, but that wouldn't be true in all situations in all times. And that I never said that it would be.
What's a good situation you can impale a kid in?
So I discussed war. Is war not a fitting
In a
situation
war, it's okay. You're
for
saying in a war that's not cruel. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that when you're talking about the children of a king in a war, these could have been generals that were impaled. This is a royal
They weren't
bloodline.
generals. It just says 7 of Saul's kids.
Which ones?
7 of Saul's children.
Which ones? Was
It doesn't
it
say.
Jonathan? Was it older children? Was it younger children?
It doesn't say, and it doesn't matter.
But they warred
God
against David,
was so
right?
pleased. That's not the point. It was about Saul. David didn't have anything to do with it. It was about
Saul, who tried to kill David.
Look, the point is God was pleased at the sight of impaled children on a hill. That's the point here.
you're really, you can't say it's cruel to kill people and impale them if you say that.
I can.
No, you can't say that and then say that there's no context in which that parameter of judgment is going to change. It is a very narrow argument. You say it's cruel, and I say, would it change if we're talking about war? And you're like, it's not about war. And I said, this man tried to kill David repeatedly.
This is...
Saul murdered.
This tells you the story. Do you know the story?
Yeah, so I don't know the story as intimately as you do, but I do know the story of David quite intimately. And I do know that Saul murdered a temple of monks. In his madness, he murdered a temple of monks. Now tell me, the people in his council, his children, were they complicit? Did they participate? Did they kill too? We don't have that context. If we did, then we might judge God differently.
I wouldn't. I know the context. I know the whole story.
Yeah, but you're
Pretty
looking
clear.
at one story and you're saying that him trying to kill David years ago doesn't matter. Him resisting David, rising up against him and bringing armies against him doesn't matter. Saul going to a witch and sacrificing monks.
I'm
None of that
saying
matters.
there's children
His children
impaled
should
on a
never be
hill here
impaled.
that had nothing to do with any of this.
And the ages of the
is
children
what
were
I'm
what?
saying. Like,
The
you're trying to
children
justify
specifically were
impaling
who?
kids on a hill.
Who were these
It
children?
doesn't say. I've already said that. It doesn't say. It just says 7 of Saul's children.
Could it have been his older children? Could
What does
his
it
children
matter?
have been grown? Could they have been
It
the
says 7
council?
of his sons will be handed over to us, and he will impel them on the hill before the Lord at Gibeon on the mountain of the Lord. The king said, I will hand them over. That's all it says. It
Okay.
says it's Saul's sons.
So it sounds like they were prisoners of war. They were being handed over by another nation.
There's no war here, man. There had been a famine going on for 3 years. This is
That
3
doesn't
years
end a
at
war.
minimum after something happened.
If you
Oh my
if you had
goodness.
someone attack you,
What war? Okay.
if
what
you had
war
someone
is going
attack
on here?
you, do you treat
what war is
them
going on here?
favorably
What war is going
after?
on here? What war is going on here?
Okay, Saul and David had perpetual conflict till the day Saul died, right? Saul attempted to
This is
murder
3
him
years
repeatedly.
after that. 3 years.
Saul pursued him with armies.
3 years.
So 3 years go by and everything's good.
No,
3
it's
years
not
go
good.
by and the war ends because
my
no blood was shed.
All right, so should I just give you a different story where you can actually track the argument or something? Like, I don't know.
I think
You
I'm
keep talking
actually
about a war, like, trying
dismantling
to
your
justify-
argument pretty
like, the
well,
po-
right? Like, because I'm saying your metric to
you're
judge God is
not. You're
cruel.
justifying children being impaled on a hill and God
You
liking
say
this by
children.
saying, we don't know how old they were and maybe there was a war.
You
Like,
say
that's
children,
not
these
a
could
good
have been
argument.
grown
You're-
adults. Could they have
Okay,
been
prove
grown
they were.
adults?
And then tell me what difference it makes.
They were at war with David for years and years. They destroyed temples and murdered innocent people. Saul and his family
so-
did this. Saul and his family did it.
Yeah.
So, like, would it not
God
be
was mad at him,
justice?
like-
Would we not seek justice against Saul, killing those who murdered the good innocents? We would send people with guns today if that happened. We would send an army today, and those motherfuckers would disappear. Pardon me,
Oh my
I didn't
God.
ask if I could drop the F-bomb. I won't again. But
I don't care if you drop the F-bomb, but this argument is absolutely ridiculous.
tell me how my argument's ridiculous, because it's cruel
Because
in
you're
all
trying to
situations at all
justify
times.
impaling sons, because maybe there was a war and maybe there was older, but either way, God says it's bad to punish the sons for the sins of
So
the father.
you can judge God because you have enough
By its own
context,
standard, I
you
can.
have enough details, you have enough information that God is wrong and it is cruel.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
failed to give me any information other than impaling people is always wrong in every situation. So is
No, I said
shooting
impaling
people
somebody's
always
sons.
wrong in every situation? Should we bless our enemies and love them? Should we do that? I think
No,
we
you
should.
impale them, clearly.
I think
Is
we
that the
should.
Christian
I think
way
we
to
should have
impale your
mercy.
enemies?
I would rather have mercy, but some people don't allow for mercy.
I'm sure you would. Well, listen, this is devolving out of the conversation here, man.
I don't feel like you've made
You're just-
a point. I feel like I've told you context and framework in which your judgment doesn't stand very well, and you said it's cruel all the time, always.
Yeah, it's cruel to impale people's sons on hills, and it's cruel
So-
that God liked people being impaled on his hill. It's cruel that he had a famine going on because Saul did something to Gibeonites, so God punished the Israelites. There's all kind of cruelness going on here.
So, have you ever been cruel? I've been
Cruel in
cruel.
what way?
I mean, have you ever disproportionately executed your anger on a situation, overreacted or yelled or
I ha-
been cruel?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure
Okay.
I have, but we're talking about your God. We're not talking about me.
Yeah, well, we're talking about cruelty, actually. We're talking about the framework to measure
Okay,
cruelty.
so, well, at first we agreed that it's cruel to impale children. Then you had all kinds
You
of
gave
excuses.
me a
So-
question that had assumptions in it. I did
No,
not
I told you the
assert
whole story.
that
I
it's
told you the
always
context
cruel
of
in
the
all
story.
situations. No, you asked me the question and then told
Okay,
me a story.
so all right, you got it. You got me. You got it. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's not cruel to impale people. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't think it's always cruel,
No.
just sometimes.
I could tell you that in the preface of David, in an ongoing war with Saul and his family, there was reason for people to be killed. Saul murdered innocent
Impaled.
people. He tormented Israel, and there was reason for justice to be executed. If we had a murderer in our society that murdered many people, we would ask for justice. In which way would it be humane to kill them? Or is killing them never humane?
Oh, clearly, impaling them was the humane choice.
You didn't answer my question, though. In which way would it be humane to kill them? Or do you
I
believe
don't
we
know, if
shouldn't
you're
kill
God,
someone?
maybe just poof them out of existence or something. I
Do
don't
you
know,
believe
but
in
impaling
capital
them on a
punishment?
hill, please your God. Like,
Do you believe in
What?
capital punishment? Do you believe in justice through capital punishment?
sure.
Okay. So is it humane
All
to
right, so
kill
what did the
somebody?
kids do?
Is
All
it
right, so
humane
what
to
did the
kill
kids do?
somebody with a gun?
What did the kids do?
We don't know the kids. You're saying they were children. You're
All right,
making the
well, let's go
assumption
to
they
an
were
actual.
young.
Hey, nope, stop. Just listen. Just stop. We'll go to an actual child where you don't have these silly arguments. How about that? We'll go to a child that God does the deed Himself, and we know it's an infant baby. How about that?
I mean, let's see what you have to offer as far as argument goes.
All right. Do you know what happened to David and Bathsheba's infant son?
His name is Solomon, and he became the heir of the
Not
entire
that one.
nation. That Solomon was
No, the
born to
one before
Bathsheba.
that.
David's
The one before that.
David's
The
kid
one before it.
became sick. Did God
Okay.
cause
well,
it?
yeah.
Did God cause
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It literally says He did.
Where?
In verse 15, it says, "The Lord struck the child whom Uriah's wife bore to David, and it became very ill." The verses literally say that God puts away David's sin, but He says, unfortunately, this baby's got to be made sick for a week, and then it's got to go.
I mean, okay. I mean, I don't think that there's any situation where God's allowed to be God in your world and make decisions you don't agree with, right?
I don't think there's a situation where God is anything other than a loving, merciful, which is clearly bogus, because He's clearly not all this stuff.
The Bible has never presented God as exclusively loving and reasonable. In fact, He directly said, if you disobey,
You said
you will
He
be
wasn't unjust or
cursed.
cruel.
No, but those are judgments from you, and I'm asking by the metric you judge. What is right or wrong if God doesn't set that tone? And you basically said anything
It is
you
wrong
don't
to
like
punish
or
the
agree with.
innocent for the crimes of the guilty. No, that's not what I said. You're just being a liar now.
I'm being a
It's not gonna make
liar.
you look good.
Have you noticed that I haven't
Yeah, I never said that.
spoken about
This is all
what
this
you
is all
are?
recorded.
Have you noticed I
This
haven't
is all
spoken
recorded.
about what you are? I've asked you questions repeatedly.
I didn't
So
say you did.
when
I didn't say you
projection
did.
comes, is it by somebody asking questions or is it by them speaking about who you are? It seems like when I bring an argument,
I'm
you
talking
want
about
to
what you
move a
said. I didn't say
goalpost.
you called me oh my God, I didn't say you called me a name. I'm trying to keep you on track here.
Yeah,
for this actual
I was
discussion.
offering you the
You told
illustration
me
that you were
You
projecting.
told me that my
I was
standard,
offering
you
you
said,
that
I said my
by showing
standard
you
of
that.
justice was whatever I think it is. That's why you're a liar, because I never said that.
No,
Now,
I
my
reduced
standard
your
of justice
argument, but
is-
that's not a lie. I reduced your argument because you've never given me a metric by which you judge God. You're saying that because I agreed that in a
I
no
have been
framework
trying to,
situation,
and you
in a
keep
no framework
talking.
situation,
No matter what I say, your mouth just keeps running.
yeah, have you noticed that it's with questions and then you fail to answer them? Have you noticed that?
That's because you start talking every time I open
But this
my mouth.
is the debate, right? You don't bring
Now,
anything
can I give
other
you an
than
actual standard of justice and show you that this God violates it? Would you like to do that?
So you're saying that you can give me
Yes,
God's
no?
standard
Is
of
that a yes?
justice.
Is that a no? Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
understand
I
the
can give you God's,
question.
he'll fail
Please
that.
repeat the
I can give you
question.
mine, he'll fail that. Justice.
What about it?
Is it ever considered justice to punish innocent people for the crimes of the guilty?
Who's innocent, who's guilty, and who defines that?
The baby is innocent and David is guilty.
Who defined the innocent and the guilty? Was that you that decided that you weren't there, but you could tell who's innocent and guilty?
Yeah. I decided this baby was innocent. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
I can't track with why you decided that.
So you disagree and you think this was a guilty baby, right? Say it. Say it out loud.
So let me ask you a question. If
No,
you
had answer my question here, was this baby innocent or guilty?
Yeah, I'm not answering that question because by what metric?
Yeah, no, you're not because you're a coward.
Oh,
you came up here and ran your mouth.
Now you insulted.
And now you're actually getting held to a question.
That must mean your argument's breaking down entirely, huh?
Anyway, could you listen? If you're not going to engage in the conversation,
I'm not going to answer loaded questions that frame me into a corner, but don't actually say anything.
Yeah, it's loaded. Yeah, it is loaded.
It's a silly question. It's like asking, "Does your mom know you're gay?"
Okay, listen, just
right.
Stop,
like I can't answer that question directly.
Stop talking. Just drop yourself down, man. The conversation's over. You're done. You're not gonna. You're cooked. You're too cowardice to answer that question asked of you. So just drop yourself down, and we'll move on to the next person here. Who is the next person? Clashing edits. Let's see there. Clashing edits, you there?
So hello.
Hello. Are you over 18?
I forgot.
You forgot if you're over 18?
Yeah, my passport,
All right. Some people got really sad lives. I don't know why you're still there, Travel. You can drop yourself back now. All right. Let's see. Maybe we'll get All right. If you are a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite and you are capable of a conversation, come on up and talk with us, please. We need a redemptive quality in here today. So come on up and holler at us. And maybe have the courage to actually, defend yourself. Not say I'm not answering loaded questions. If you can't answer the question, you have a serious problem. I'm sure you loved it. I bet you love that. I loved dodging the actual question there and hollering at the screen. Yeah, I bet you did. Anyway, if you are a Christian or Hebrew Israelite, come on up. It is your time. The stage is wide on open here. The stage is wide open. All you got to do is be capable of an actual conversation. And you have to actually answer the questions. No cowards allowed. Cowards get kicked. Kick the cowards. You get a chance to answer questions if you can't answer them. I don't know. You could at least have the courage to say the baby's guilty if that's what you think. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Travel, drop yourself back off the thing here. Yeah, I bet you did. Accomplished exactly what I wanted. Yeah, drop yourself back there. Yeah, for real. It's amazing how they come up here and then refuse to answer a question and then say they accomplished what they want to do. Oh, crazy. That's wild stuff, man. I'm never not surprised by some of the things that comes and doesn't come out of Christians' mouths. Never not surprised. It's wild. All right, well, come on open. The stage is wide open. Come on up. The stage is wide open for you. Where are we at here? It's been an hour and 20 minutes. Hell, I've still got a little while, and the algorithm is still moving. So we're going to sit around for at least a little bit longer. Yeah, they live in their own little world. This man don't even have the balls to admit he's a Christian. I'm going to join this gang, but I'll refuse to say that I'm part of the gang. It's She's got, sorry, man, but, and I don't even say this much, but you got coward stamped all over you. Coward. It's almost like you know what you believe is BS, but you won't confront it. Oh, never mind. Here, I'll just drop you back. Or you just sitting there like it was doing something. Anyway, come on up, Christians and Hebrew Israelites. I agree. Yeah. Yes, the guilty, evil babies. That was definitely justice. Yes, of course the baby was guilty. Of course the baby had that coming. It was of course. It was one of the wicked babies. Wicked. It was one of the wicked infants that God gets mad at and makes suffer. That's justice. Lots of justice there. Lots of justice. Anyway, Christians or Hebrew Israelites, come on up. We love conversations. I don't know why you're requested back up here, dude. What the fuck? What in the world? All right, I'll tell you what. Answer the question. I'm going to bring you back up. If you answer the question, we'll keep talking. Hey, Travel. Was the baby innocent or guilty of the crime it was executed for?
Is the guy who talks to the muted guy calling him a coward a bitch or a pussy?
Oh, is that
Yeah,
why
you
came
just
back?
you call me a coward, but you don't defend your point, guy.
I called you a coward while you were still up here, but you were talking and you couldn't hear me, I suspect. Yeah, is this baby innocent or guilty of the crimes it would admit of? Answer, you coward.
I don't judge people. I don't judge situations that I don't know anything fucking about.
This is
bro.
a baby,
Yeah,
an infant.
You're right.
Infant.
You can judge
Infant, a baby.
You know what? I'm
Why don't
just
you grow some
dumb, right?
balls
Like
and
I
admit-
just don't judge
Yeah,
God
exactly. Why don't
as
you-
though I know
yeah,
anything about what's
exactly.
going on.
That's
I don't
indoctrination,
get
yeah.
into situations
So
that are
listen-
beyond me and then assume I know everything.
All right. You can't come back up here. I told you you can answer the question and we'll keep talking, but I'm not going to let you come up here and spout your nonsense. Although it is funny to see how Christians really act. This is the Christian Holy Spirit right here to come up here and holler and drop F-bombs, even though the book tells you not to. Thanks for proving you're a coward and a hypocrite. That's what you is. Anyway. All right. Maybe we got another one here. Let's see. Fabulous.
Hey man, how's it going?
Fabulous. Hey, what's up, buddy? Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 45.
I hear you. That's a good age. Are you a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite?
Christian. Yeah, I'm a
Christian.
Christian.
All right. So which one of these topics you want to talk to us about there?
Well, I'm just wondering, you're a former Christian. Does that mean like you're a Muslim now, or you atheist? What are you?
I'm an atheist now, but
Oh,
that
you're
just
an
means
So how can you say God's evil if you don't believe in him?
well, I mean, he does evil stuff in the book, whether he's real or not. It's just
Yeah,
what the book says.
I mean, were unicorns evil?
No,
How do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't matter, would it? It don't
I don't
exist,
know.
right?
The book say well, either way, this book says God does evil stuff. And
Well, yeah,
you
yeah.
think God's real?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go as far to say he created good.
He created evil too,
Yeah, no.
according to the book.
How's that?
Well, it's what it says. It says, I, the Lord, create good and evil. It says, I create light and darkness.
Well, he
So now
created
that's-
everything, but he doesn't do evil. How does he do evil?
He created, well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider evil, but I consider murdering innocent babies evil.
Who'd he murder?
David and Bathsheba's infant son. Not to mention a whole bunch of other babies.
It's like borrow. You realize you're a car, right? You get to borrow. You have borrowed time here. He can take you anytime he wants. Or you don't even get to live at
Doesn't
all,
make it
just like
good.
Bathsheba and David. Right? He has the power over life and death. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, so you don't think it's evil that he murdered an innocent baby?
No, the baby's in heaven now. What's the problem?
Oh, so that justified it because the baby got to go to heaven, right?
Yeah. That's justifies everything.
So the baby
As
is
a
born of a
Christian.
wicked union. This baby gets unalived, but the next one he makes a king.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's evil is what it is.
No, it ain't evil. It'd be like
Well, I'm
me
sorry. It's
loaning
just
you.
my opinion
It'd be
that
like me
murdering
loaning
babies
you a
is evil.
car, right? I'm loaning you a car, and I come and say, okay, you've had it for a month. I'm taking the car back. Would that be evil?
No.
Well, your body's alone, right?
Yeah. Well, why did he make the baby suffer first?
What do you mean? The baby died in the
What do you mean?
womb.
What do I mean? No, it didn't. He
Yeah.
made it very ill for a week, and then it died.
Oh, I thought the baby died in the womb. I may be wrong on that.
No, he made it sick first.
Oh, yeah.
He made sure it was really sick for a whole week before it died.
Yeah. Most death is.
So why did he do that? Why didn't
suffering.
if he was just
Why does he
putting
make
the
old
baby out of
men suffer?
existence?
Well, you suffer when you die, usually. That's how it goes.
Why did God make the baby suffer? That is
Because of what David did.
Okay, so he's punishing an innocent baby with suffering.
No, the baby didn't get
because of
punished.
what
The baby
David
got
did.
taken to heaven.
The baby got made
No.
sick for a week and then it unalived.
Yeah, and
Don't
then it
say
went to
nothing about
heaven.
This baby going to
Yeah,
heaven. So.
yeah. I mean,
Don't
you
say
don't believe
that.
in heaven, so yeah, it'd be evil to you. But if you believe in heaven, it's not.
So God murdering a baby wasn't
It ain't
evil to
murder.
you, right?
He gave the life, like a car. He loaned it.
That's
The baby had a body.
that doesn't make it not murder.
It's not murder.
It is murder.
No, it isn't. How is it murder?
Yes, it is.
No. Is
Because it was
that-
an innocent baby
If I
that
give
he
you a
made
car,
sick. He
like I
made
said, if
it.
I give you a
He
car,
made it suffer, my man. It was suffering.
if I
It's
give you
evil.
a car and I come and take it back after a month and say you've had it enough, is that you're telling me that's stealing?
No, that's you borrowing.
All right. Well, he gave you
taking
a
back your own
life. When he
property that
takes
you let
the
me
life
borrow.
back,
That's
it's not
that's so
murder.
stupid. That is not a
No,
justification here.
when
That's
he
just
gives
divine
you life,
command.
when he takes it, it's not murder.
Is it? Okay, well, he still made it sick.
The reason it's
he
murder.
He caused suffering to a baby.
No, what's your name, man? Because I don't want to just. What is it? Ape.
Ape.
Okay, Ape. That's fine. What you're saying is great. You don't have to believe in anything. I don't get it. But what I'm saying is you're calling it murder. Murder is when you take the life of somebody that you didn't create.
No, that's killing.
Yeah, it's murder.
No, murder is defined as unlawful or unjustified
Murder
killing.
is when, yeah,
It's a specific definition.
it's when a human being.
You can't
unalives
justify a
human
baby
being.
being murdered by saying it went to heaven.
Murder
It don't
is
work
when
like
a
that.
human being unalives another human being, right?
Unjustly. You can defend yourself and kill
Well,
somebody.
yeah,
and it's
I
not
agree.
murder.
But
right?
unjustly, if you went up there in
Yeah.
cold blood and took someone's life,
Okay, so you can't justify the murder of a baby.
what are you talking about? Who murdered a baby?
God.
No, he didn't.
Yo, man, I think
Yes,
what
he
he's
did.
trying. I think what he's trying to say. I think what.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Zach. It ain't quite your turn, but you're over 18 and you're a Christian?
Yes, sir. I'm 45.
And you're a Christian?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, sorry. Let him finish his thought.
No, it is. There's
What was you saying,
there's
Zach?
a verse in the Bible that says the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, right? And that's going to go for everybody. How it
Yeah, but
happens,
that don't make it right.
how it happens. Well, you may not think so, but you're in no moral authority to say that.
Well, he's causing a baby. Yes,
man.
I am. He's causing a baby to suffer.
Well, you can sit here and say, yeah, I don't like that old men suffer, but they do, and that's just a fact of the matter.
Yeah, so if God calls
Yeah, when
that
you're 80 years old,
because someone else did something, that's not just.
no,
It's cruel,
God
that's
took them.
evil,
They died of
and
old
unjust.
age, bud. God took them, right?
Okay. All right, Zach, what do you got?
I think what he's trying to say, man, is this baby's going to have everlasting life in heaven, never die in heaven.
Okay, but God still made
In
it sick for a
heaven,
week.
and the baby didn't even have to experience the much pain that we
First
had.
of all,
to,
where does
that
it
we
say
had
this
to.
baby went to heaven? Y'all show me where it says this baby went to heaven.
I mean, I don't really think it has to say that. It's
It
our,
does
it's our
have to say that.
responsibility.
Otherwise, he is disposing of a baby that was born of a wicked union that he forbids in several books of the Old
Yeah,
Testament.
adultery, you have to pay a price for it. But the deal is,
Yeah.
and then what do you think when he wiped out the Amalekites for sacrificing babies?
That's not why he wiped out
Yeah,
the
it is
Amalekites.
why he wiped out the Amalekites.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Why did he wipe
No,
them
it's
out
not.
then?
It tells you why he wiped them out.
Why?
He wiped them out for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt.
What were they doing?
They opposed the Israelites
Yeah,
when they
that's
came
all,
out
huh?
of
That's
Egypt.
all. You didn't read very much.
That's what it
Yeah,
says.
do you know who their God was?
It's amazing how I read this and y'all mock your own
No,
scripture
did
like
you?
I'm the one just making it up. Like, here, I'll just read it to you. It says, Samuel said to Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint you king over his people, Israel. Now, therefore, listen to the words of the Lord. That's not my words. This is the Lord's word, right? You listening? It says, thus says the Lord of hosts, I will punish the Amalekites for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. Now go
Yeah, what did they do?
attack Amalek, and
They attacked them.
they oppose the Israelites when
Yeah,
they
they
came up.
attacked
Right.
them. Why'd they attack
And it
them?
says, now go and attack. Hold on. Now go and attack Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. Do not spare them, but unalive both man and woman, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey. Now, he is mad that they ambushed the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt because they were coming through their land.
All right, so you haven't done any
So-
research on the Amalekites, right? You don't know
Okay,
what they
did I
did.
say that was wrong just then?
It doesn't.
Yeah, I did.
That's not the point I'm making. The point is you don't realize what the Amalekites were doing. You think they would just have
I
them
just
because they
read
got
to
a
you
post.
why they're being punished
No, well, yeah.
in this genocide.
Yeah, that was the final straw. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. But do you know what else they
That
were
happened 400 years prior to the event.
doing? What are you talking about? Yeah, when they were in the wilderness.
Yes, this passage right here with Samuel and the destruction of the
Amalek
Amalekites. This is
attacked
400
Moses.
years after the Exodus.
When they wiped out the Amalekites? Yeah, with King David.
Yeah, he's wiping out the Amalekites for something 400 years prior.
Yeah.
Or
He's got a long
16
memory, bud.
generations.
He's got a long memory.
Yeah, but the point is, he's genociding people that had absolutely squat to do with the crime that he's mad about.
You don't know what they were doing, though, bud. You didn't look into that.
I literally just read what they're doing.
Oh, it's only in the Bible. That's the only thing that has anything about the Amalekites. Is that what you're saying? You don't look
I
into
just read to
history,
you
bud?
why he ordered their destruction.
Yeah, well, I can tell you why they ordered their destruction. Their baby sacrifice.
I can too. I just read it to you.
Yeah, they were
Where does it say that?
sacrificing
Give me
babies.
the chapter. Okay, give me the chapter and verse.
What, the Amalekites? What they did?
Show me where it says they're being punished for sacrificing babies here. Chapter and verse.
Yeah, every nation did that. Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed for that too.
Chapter and verse. Chapter and verse, sir.
I ain't got my Bible out. I'm just
Oh, darn.
I'm just telling you, you're illogical.
Okay, so when God says the reason that he's punishing them, I'm illogical for using the reason that God told us he's punishing them.
Yeah. Yep. Because you haven't done any research. It helped.
Nobody's this fucking stupid, man. Come on.
Well, I mean,
Good gosh.
the guy. Look, we don't know what God's plan is, man. Nobody knows that.
So when God tells us his plan, why am I not justified in using the plan that I just read?
Oh, what do you mean by
bizarre,
what
man.
you said there? Say that again.
It literally tells you it's telling us the reason that these people were punished, right?
Okay.
So
Well-
why am I unreasonable for reading the reason for the punishment and then saying that's the reason for the punishment?
You're not.
Okay, well, thank you. So I make perfect contextual sense here, don't I?
No. I mean, we don't know what the plan of God is in Jesus. That is what we don't. You don't know that.
Well, I'm not talking
don't
about
know.
Jesus. I'm talking about the slaughter of the Amalekites.
Okay. Right.
This says
this could
this
have
says the
happened.
unalive child and infant, right?
Like the guy before was saying, you don't know what these people were doing. You don't know what I mean. Hold up, just a second. You don't know what they were doing because something in God's plan. If he didn't order that, something in his plan. Like they could have killed. They could have done this generation that he ordered killed could have killed them. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying anything. We don't know what know what was
first of
behind it.
all, the Amalekite, there's other passages about the Amalekites, and they don't do a single thing that the Israelites aren't also doing. The thing is, it tells us the reason for this punishment, and the reason is for them opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. That event took place 16 generations prior to this event. So God is literally genociding child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey, because people 400 years earlier lost a war against Israel.
Right. And that 400 years for God could have went by. It did go by in a split second. But this generation that he ordered to get.
You understand the people that were wiped out here had nothing to do with the Exodus, right?
Yes.
Right. So he's genociding people that had absolutely squat to do. They might not even have knowledge of the actual crime that they were being wiped out for.
Maybe not. But God did.
So God thinks it's okay to genocide people for what people 400 years earlier had done. And
No.
that's justice?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But what I'm saying is,
it's definitely not.
Like I'm just trying to
justice.
I'm just trying to give
innocent people.
Like I don't know either. But I'm just trying to say like something that could be a possibility that we don't know. Like I said, this generation.
It says so. It tells us.
No, it's telling you. Yeah, exactly. It's telling you that the 400 years prior. Yeah. That's why this generation, 400 years later, maybe this generation that he slaughtered would have done the same thing.
Doesn't say that.
It doesn't.
And we don't know that. All I see when I read this story is God genociding people literally, including infants and children, because something that happened 400 years prior.
Right.
Yeah, maybe crazy thought, but maybe if you're pissed at a certain people group, maybe punish them for what they did, not wait 400 years where 16 generations have gone by, literally almost twice as old as the United States are. That's how much time has passed between these events. And God sees fit to unalive children and infant because of a 16 generations prior event.
Right. Yeah.
That makes no sense to me at all.
I just recently, I don't know, man. I just think that, we don't know the divine plan. And I can tell you this much.
I know what I'm reading right here, and I know what's happening in this story. And for me, that's kind of all I need to know. I'm not trusting that this God has a divine plan for this. What I see is innocents being slaughtered viciously, is what I see. And there's no way around that just by saying, well, maybe they would have grew up and did bad stuff. I don't know. But I don't see it.
Yeah, I got what you're saying, man. Yeah, I see what you're saying too. I just wanted to hop on to, I don't know, like those kids, like you're saying, those kids that got unalived. The reason why I hopped on was to say, the infants, yeah, it's terrible. Of course, it's terrible. But those infants.
Yeah. Thank you for admitting it and not trying to justify it like that last weirdo.
Well, what I think he's trying to say though is the infants there, they didn't have to even endure so much of the pain and suffering that we have to go through. I'm 45 years old. I've made mistakes in my life, and I'm just saying, they went straight to heaven, and they have eternity in heaven now. So that I mean, yeah, if it was myself, sure. I don't even remember being an infant. So how did the infants and they didn't even really probably know that they might not even felt it when they got slaughtered.
No, that's not. No, he made this baby sick for a week David and Bathsheba's infant son. And he had these other babies. That's only one. That's not even an isolated example of this. There is all kind of examples of him ordering infanticide, or whatever. But in Isaiah 13, the proclamation against Babylon, he literally has their brains bashed out right in front of their parents. Says their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
A person could ask you what the context behind it would be, but there could. I mean,
I can tell you. I know.
No. What I'm saying is, in my eyes, I don't see that there could be a context for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know God's
agree.
divine plan. I don't, and nobody does. And because we are here on this planet. We have no idea what happened before this planet was created. And I mean, it's just.
Yeah, but do you not realize that you're setting aside the evilest of atrocities just to say, well, maybe God had a divine plan? Like, you are literally discarding everything you know is wrong and evil about this.
Because we're all ignorant.
For some reason.
We're all ignorant, and he says so.
No, we have knowledge that this is bad.
I mean,
this is evil, and I know that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, and I'm not, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not really one to speak on it because I haven't even read a whole lot of the Bible.
I'm glad you're not, dude. W for you. I'm glad you're not. Like, you're admitting this is bad. Like, I wish the last two people would have just did that instead of sitting over here arguing that sometimes it's cruel to impale kids, sometimes it's not. Like, that's disgusting to me, man. And I mean disgusting. But W for you, you're answering properly. Like, you're not defending this. Like, you know it's bad. Like, that's
I'm not saying that there's anything bad about the Bible. I'm not saying that at all. I think the Bible is only good. And that we got to do our good deeds.
Obviously, bashing babies' brains out is not good, right?
Again, I'm ignorant to God's plan. I can't truly say if that was bad. But in my eyes, as an ignorant person, I think it's bad.
Now we're getting back to L's. You're back in the L zone now.
Well,
it's bad.
It is, yeah, in my eyes, in most people's eyes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
In some humans' eyes, it's not bad. You know?
Right. You might be ignorant to some divine plan, but what you're not ignorant to is the evil acts that's going on here. Right?
Well, no, I wouldn't say they're evil.
Man, come on. You know this is evil.
No. Because again.
When is bashing a baby's brains out not evil?
Because when you have all knowledge and like I say again, I might have what I think to be some type of recollection from when I was an infant, but I don't really think that I remember anything.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you didn't have an experience as an infant. You just don't remember. Like, you could get smacked upside the head and not remember anything prior to a week in your whole life, right? You could forget like 40 years. But that doesn't mean you didn't feel pain and torture. That just means you forgot it.
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying there.
So, I mean, the baby experiences this, whether it forgot it when it got older or not.
But also, yeah, give me that opportunity and let me experience eternal everlasting life in heaven with no sorrows forever, and I would gladly take that. You know what I mean? Who would not take that? Because we're all going to die anyhow. So,
not me. I'm looking forward to the big sleep one of these days. I would probably like to live like a little bit longer than the average human lifespan, but not much. Maybe a little bit, but not much. Then I'm good. We'll take it out.
Well, I mean. So, well, what's your opinion on dreams?
In what sense? Like,
how do you relate to your dreams?
I don't usually remember any of my dreams. I know I have them, and sometimes I remember very little pieces of them, but I hardly ever remember any dreams I have.
Yeah,
Personally.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's
But either way, it's just brain activity. I mean, dogs have dreams. You know what I mean? You can see them going.
yeah,
They're running in their sleep and stuff.
yeah,
I mean, even dogs have dreams. So.
yeah.
Cats.
What
do you think dogs and cats dream about?
Probably just running, and
Probably,
I don't know. I mean,
maybe jumping in the pond out back.
Yeah. Like I
Mine always
say,
seem like they're running. Yeah, that's a pretty good guess.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Usually, ball's running.
Yeah, my cats usually look like they're running when they sleeping, so I assume that. But yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess everybody's brain activity is different,
Right.
but that's kind of where I get a lot of, or see a lot of my like, I don't know. I guess it's just my brain neurons firing and shit, and who knows, but I've had some night terrors, man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Night terrors before.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much now, because
sure
I think I
that
kind of
happens.
block them out, in my subconscious.
Right.
And, so, hey, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm thinking about, well, I mean, I've been to church a lot, not like a super lot, but I finally came to that conclusion that I'm going to go get saved. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
No, sir, I haven't. But
Oh, well, we still got time then. I've got a little more wave to talk to you now. So why in the world would you do that?
Well, like I say, man, I've been a drug addict all my life, and I'm finally getting off. I'm finally off everything almost, except
yeah, you're good. You did it yourself. You don't need Jesus. You did it.
And you know what? When I have finally sobered up,
don't say the words of any drugs, just in case.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, I forget about stuff like that.
Just for TikTok, yeah. They're really sensitive with me right now too.
So,
but
it's like,
but like, why would you want to go get saved by this deity right here? Like, there's better ones.
Like I say, I have had personal experiences.
Oh well, let me ask.
And I don't think everybody gets personal experiences. That's how. I mean, that's kind of how I see things, and I'm probably wrong. Like I say, I'm ignorant. I don't know what's going on. I don't think anybody really does, but that's kind of how I see. I don't think everybody gets those personal experiences. I may be wrong. I think the people that do have a bigger obligation to fulfill God's plan, and that's what I'm going to try to do, sir.
Oh, so what's God's plan?
I don't know. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Nobody really knows.
What are you walking into, man? Let's get a real plan here. Come on.
What I think, but he's going. I hope. I pray. I've been praying that he leads me to that.
Look, do you want me to read you some laws God expects you to keep if you sign on to the Yahweh religion?
Sure. I know some, like the basic 10, but I think there's a bunch of them more, right?
There's a whole bunch of them. Yeah, there's a lot.
All right.
Well, they're really fun.
Now, are you reading from the Old Testament or the New?
Yeah, only the Old Testament gives God's laws. They're not anywhere else. There's only one.
I don't think so. and not in my opinion.
Well, it's true.
I mean, it's all true. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know. But so you're reading everything you're reading is from the Old Testament. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, we can read stuff from the New Testament. I can show you some of Jesus's morals if you're more interested in that. But I mean, you're ultimately worshiping God. So, and most Christians think Jesus is God anyway. So, I mean, it's the same God in the Old Testament and the New Testament. So, I don't see what difference that makes. But I can read you from the New Testament. It's pretty atrocious too in many spots.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I'd prefer to hear the New Testament.
All right, then. Let's read some of Jesus's morals here. How about this? Okay, here's a good one. So, do you think that a woman should be, what do you call it, found guilty of and executed for adultery because a man divorced her?
I would say no.
Good answer. I like that. So, do you think a man should be found guilty and executed for adultery if he marries a divorced woman?
No.
Obviously not. That's crazy, right? So, do you think a child should have rocks thrown at them until they die because they disobeyed their parents or they was like cursing and unruly?
No. But what I'm saying, man, again, unless
do you realize
I'm sure
directly disagreed with Jesus on all that, right?
I'm sorry.
You just directly disagreed with Jesus on all that. That was stuff Jesus says.
Did
you know that?
No. I mean, I might have heard that before.
Here, I'll read it to you real quick.
Okay, yeah, that'd be better.
This is what Jesus says. Yeah, this is what it's the same thing, but this is what Jesus says.
Where are you reading from? Where are you reading from here, brother?
This is from Matthew. Matthew chapter 5, the Sermon on the Mount.
The first one I picked up. I've been
there
reading.
You go. Perfect, right?
So, how far along are you there?
This is chapter 5, verse 31 and 32. Say the actual law that God gave. Jesus quotes it. He says, "It was also said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce." That's what the Old Testament law says. If you divorce somebody, you have to give them a certificate so they can get remarried. But Jesus says, okay, well, here's what Jesus says. Jesus says, that was the law, but here's what Jesus, say you need to do. And he says, but I say to you that anyone who divorces his wife, except on the grounds of sexual immorality, causes her to commit adultery. And whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. Yeah, the penalty for adultery is being stoned to death. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody said amen. It's just horrible. It's some horrible people. Alexa said, I love that verse. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's quite disturbing, buddy.
I mean, let me see.
Do you want to be on the teams with this guy in the comments over here going, oh, I love that verse? Is that really what team you want to be on, Zach?
Hold up just 1 second. I'm reading what you just read. I'm trying to understand it better.
All right.
Okay. Well, what I'm picking up from that, what I'm picking up from this, and like I say, I'm kind of ignorant myself, but
yeah, go ahead.
So, marriage is supposed to be sacred, and I'm not married, and I should have married one of my exes. But anyhow, it's supposed to be sacred. And yes, according,
Yeah, but
and
God, I'm
correct
saying
me if
in
I'm
the
wrong.
actual law, God doesn't forbid divorce. He just says if you get divorced, you have to give her a certificate so other people will know she's divorced, and so she can't remarry. Jesus comes along, and apparently that's not good enough for Jesus. Jesus takes it to a whole new universe of
Yeah,
implementation here, right? Jesus
right. He's
says,
saying
but
that's
I
a
say to
sacred
you,
bond
this is
between a man and a woman, is what Jesus is saying.
yeah, but according to God, it doesn't matter. Like you can get divorced, just give her a certificate. That's all there is to it. Like, I mean, for whatever. But it says,
See,
but I say to you, anyone who divorces his wife, except on the grounds of sexual immorality, causes her to commit adultery. I mean, that's point blank. That's straightforward as hell. That's easy as it gets in the whole Bible there, as far as wording goes.
right.
And it says,
Well,
whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. If you marry a divorced woman, you are an adulterer to Jesus.
right, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Well,
messed up
like I
though.
say, I don't. I think the New Testament was this was. I mean, Jesus came here to set things right, in my opinion. Just like he saved people in hell, right? So he came here to set things right, and I mean, we're automatically, if we you know repent and live a good life, Jesus
Yeah,
is
but
our
according to
Savior.
Jesus, a good life is not marrying divorced women, or you get stoned for adultery. And it gets
Well,
worse than
okay,
that. That
after
was the
you're
lead up.
saved,
This is
after
just
you're
we're
saved
just
and you're
breaking the door open here a little
after
bit.
you're saved and you're living right and you're living good, you probably shouldn't marry a divorced woman, right?
Well, you've just said there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm ignorant, man. I don't know if it is or not, but in God's, and if
So are
Jesus
you
said
now
that,
changing your position that it is not good to marry a divorced woman?
no, you said what you told me was that they should be killed. That you should.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
not.
law.
Where does it say that? That if
In the law. That's the penalty for adultery. He's saying guilty. You are guilty of adultery if you marry a divorced woman. He said you are guilty of adultery. That is a
right,
heinous sin.
so don't do it if
Yeah.
you're living the good life and you expect to
But
make
do you
it to
think
heaven.
you deserve to be executed because a man marries a divorced woman, or because a man divorces a woman? Like he can literally just divorce her and she gets stoned to death for adultery. Just because he don't
What
like
am
her
I
face.
saying? Where in my Bible I'm reading here, I don't see where it's saying that they should be stoned to death.
That's in the law. That part's in the law. That's the penalty for adultery, is being stoned to death.
Okay, where is that? Show me that in the Bible where it says that.
So if we go read the actual law that says if you commit adultery, you'll be stoned to death, or
And you're going to the Old
what'll
Testament.
happen after that?
You're going to the Old Testament.
That's where all the laws are. That's
Okay.
what Jesus is
I'm
talking
talking about Jesus. That's what I'm saying. Jesus came here to set things right. Jesus is not saying.
Jesus says you have to keep the law of Moses to get to heaven. Point blank. He says it in the same chapter.
Right. But he's not saying
Yeah,
you're going to die. Like
he's saying you have to
this
stone
person.
the adulterers to get to heaven. Like literally, he's telling you to keep the law of Moses. That's what the law of Moses says. You have to do this stuff. It's not an option. It's the law.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay. The law that you're referring to is in the Old Testament. Okay,
Yeah.
right?
There's
Those people.
only one law. God only ever gives one law.
What I believe, sir, in my opinion, is those people that went by the law in the Old Testament and went to hell were given the opportunity to be saved by Jesus when he went there. Just like we have the opportunity to read his word and be saved today. That's what I believe.
You want to read Jesus' words on the matter?
Well, I thought I just did, and he didn't say to stone anybody to death.
Well, Well, no, he does say that. Anyway, he tells you in that same chapter, you have to keep the law. And if you do not keep the law better than the scribes and the Pharisees, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
That's Jesus' words verbatim.
Okay.
Right.
There you go. So live the good life. Do not marry a
Nope.
divorced
It doesn't
woman.
say anything about a good life. This says keep the law of Moses, Mosaic law. You have to keep it to get to heaven.
Yeah, exactly. So
Exactly. So do you want to go back and read some of those laws you have to keep to get to heaven according to Jesus?
okay. Where I'd rather you show me where Jesus is saying keep those laws.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. Yes, I will. It's in the same chapter. It's in chapter 5. And it says, the law and the prophets. It says, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish, but to fulfill. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of a letter will pass from the law until all is accomplished. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does them and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is saying you have to keep the commands of God to get to heaven. He's saying whoever does them the most, does it the best, will be called the greatest. Yeah, it's verse 17, 18, 19, and 20. Key words there, though. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of a letter will pass from the law. He's saying until heaven and earth pass away, you have to keep these laws. As far as I can tell, heaven and earth still here. So.
Right. Well, good.
The law is in effect, and you have to keep it.
Give me. All right. I'll be right back. I'm just going to read it real quick. I heard what you said, but I just need to read it.
Yeah, you're good. No, you're straight. Go ahead. Yeah, you're fine, man.
Bro.
Hey, Christ is Lord of Lords.
We're not under the law, bro.
According to Jesus.
No, we're under the New Testament, man.
Oh, okay. So it says, for truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of a letter will pass from the law. Oh, so when Jesus said, until heaven and earth pass away, not one stroke.
Yeah, we're under the blood of Jesus. That's the only thing that gets us into heaven. It's not our works.
Yeah, I heard you. So when Jesus says himself, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter or one stroke of a letter will pass from the law. What does that mean? How do you
Jesus is the word.
Until heaven and earth pass away,
my word
not one letter,
Jesus
not one.
is the word.
Jesus is a letter and a stroke of a letter.
No, Jesus isn't a letter. Jesus came as God in flesh, bro.
Right. The law is the letter,
you're taking away the cross, is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying what Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount.
It's from the cross. Zach knows that.
Yeah,
everybody
I hear you,
knows
but
that.
can you address what? Can you address what Jesus is saying here in the Sermon on the Mount?
The Mosaic law, bro, because we're not. You're just
I'm reading Jesus' words, and Jesus is saying, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven unless you keep this law. He's talking about the law.
We're not under the Old Testament.
There's only one law, man.
We're under one commandment, and that is love God with all yourself, love your neighbor as yourself, and love God. That's it. We're under love God and love people.
That's Old Testament Mosaic law is what that is.
No, we're not under any Mosaic law, bro. That's
literally Old Testament
law. Have you ever
law.
read the Gospels?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
go to
reading
Matthew,
right now.
Mark, Luke, and John, bro.
I'm in Matthew right now. Chapter 5, the Sermon on the Mount. I'm in Matthew 5 right now.
That's the gospel. 1 Corinthians 5, 1 through 5 is the gospel.
Is Matthew a gospel? Is the Sermon on the Mount a gospel?
No, Jesus Christ is the only way we're getting into heaven, man. So if you try to go to
is
God
the Sermon on the
Mount
Mount in a gospel?
Under Mosaic law, Jesus is going to say, "Depart from me, I never knew you."
Well, thanks for coming up, buddy.
What? I mean, I'm having a hard time understanding it, but from what I read there, it's saying, yeah, this person is they'll be called least in heaven. Their reward is still in heaven. They're still in the kingdom of heaven.
Listen to read the words real careful there. It says, those who keep these commandments and teach others to do the same will be called great. That means if you keep the commandments, you will be called great. And it says those who do not keep them and teach others to do the same will be called least, right? He's saying if you don't keep these commandments, you will be called least in heaven. It's pretty clear.
Well,
this doesn't require interpretation. This requires reading comprehension. And it's crazy simple too. It says, "For truly I tell you."
They're still in heaven.
Let me make it real simple. Yeah, but let me make it real simple. It says, "Truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away." So he's saying, until heaven and earth pass away. So are heaven and earth passed away right now?
No, not yet.
Okay, exactly. Good answer. And it says, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of a letter will pass from the law until all is accomplished. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called the least. Right? He's saying, until heaven and earth pass away, this law will stand, and not one dot or one stroke of a letter is going to change. Until heaven and earth pass away. And heaven and earth is still here. So this law is in effect according to Jesus. You have to go to Paul before anybody in the New Testament or the Bible, in fact, says the law has gone away. That's only Paul. Jesus does not say that. He says the exact opposite.
Man, that's crazy that we picked up there right where I stopped. I stopped reading right before this, but we picked up right there in 16, 17, man. Let me just read what they're saying above that too.
The first part's the salt and light. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Sermon on the Mount. It goes through a bunch of different stuff. It goes through the law and the prophets. Then he talks about being angry. And then he gives the adultery stuff, divorce, concerning oaths, concerning retaliation, and love for enemies. And then I think the Sermon on the Mount goes on for one or two more chapters.
Yeah.
Here's this fun little part in Matthew 15. This is a cool part. It says, then the Pharisees and scribes came to Jesus from Jerusalem and said, why do your disciples break the tradition of the elders? For they do not wash their hands before they eat. And he answered them, why do you break the commandment of God for the sake of your tradition? So they're saying, why are you not keeping the tradition that we started? And Jesus is throwing it back at them, right? And he's saying, well, you didn't keep the commandments of God. And that's so far. And it says, and why do you break the commandment of God for the sake of your tradition? For God said, honor your mother and your father, and whoever speaks evil of father and mother must surely die. But you say, whoever tells father and mother, whatever support you might have had from me is given to God, then that person need not honor the mother and the father. So Jesus is literally chastising them for not keeping the law of Moses and putting their evil speaking children to death. He's chastising them for not doing that. Pretty rough.
I don't think he's saying that, man. Where are you seeing that, dude? Come on now.
I read it. I read it to you. It's in Matthew chapter 15.
15?
Matthew chapter 15, yeah. I read verses 1 through 4, I think.
So what was it? I had y'all turned down. What was old boy saying, about the law? That's what I believe too.
He just kept saying you're not under the law. He's saying we're not under. He just kept repeating that.
Okay, so what you said, chapter 15. Okay, and what?
That's what I do on this channel. I make people address the actual words on these pages.
Right? No. I understand what you're saying. Chapter 15. What verse was it again?
Oh, just 1 through 5, I think.
Oh, okay.
1 through 4. But in verse 4 is when he says, for God said, honor your mother and your father, and whoever speaks evil of father and mother must surely die. But he's saying, but you put that aside to keep your own silly traditions. You're supposed to be unalive in them as per the law of Moses, is what Jesus is actually saying there. It says other fun stuff too.
Yeah, let's see what. Well,
hey, Christ, I don't mind you coming up, but you're gonna have to have an actual conversation, man. Like I couldn't. You was just saying the same thing every time I tried to ask you something. Like we'll try again here in a second, but I mean if you're still there. But
I mean, I think what he's
sorry,
saying there is, you know, he that curseth his mother and father. He's not saying to kill him. He's saying that he's going to die in hell. You know, that person that would do that will die in
That's
hell.
not what he says.
They're getting
Let me read it real slow again. For God said, honor your father and your mother, and whoever speaks evil of father and mother must surely die. That is Old Testament law. You have to stone disobedient children to unalignment, as per the law of Moses. It says that in Exodus 21 and Deuteronomy 21, I think. Deuteronomy, I think it's 21, might be 22.
No, well, what I'm saying though, what Jesus is saying is, he said, "Let him die the death," and Jesus says,
no, he's talking about the law. In Exodus 21, verse 17, it says, "Whoever curses father and mother shall be put to death." That's the law.
Right. Well, I mean,
and then rebellious children. Yeah, this is from Deuteronomy 21. It says, if someone has a stubborn and rebellious son who will not obey his father and mother, who does not heed them when they discipline him, then his father and his mother shall take hold of him, bring him out to the elders of the town at the gate of that place, and they shall say to the elders of the town, the son of ours is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey us. He is a glutton and a drunkard. Then all the men of the town shall stone him to unalignment. So you shall purge the evil from your midst, and all Israel will hear and be afraid.
yes, and I think, I mean,
this is God speaking here, right? Like God is telling them
right.
to do this stuff.
Right. Yes, and again,
even if you're not under
the Old
this
Testament,
law, why in the world is He giving people laws like that at any time in any place? Especially his chosen favorites. Like, he promised these people the whole world was going to bow down to them. Like, this is crazy. This is God's laws for them. And it's the laws Jesus says everyone has to keep if you want to get to God. Of course, then Paul comes along later. Discredits Jesus and God. But
I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know, but I'm thinking, you know, that the Jesus corrected everything. From, like, I'm not saying, what I'm saying about the Old Testament is it's pretty much there so that we know what was like, we know it. I'm not saying that, like, it's not right. It's not.
Jesus came to fulfill the law and the prophets, right?
Yes.
That's stuff from the Old Testament. He's coming to fulfill the prophecies from the Old Testament. So the Old Testament and the New Testament in that aspect are intricately entwined. The problem is, if you actually read what God is saying in the Old Testament and what's happening in the Old Testament, it's clear that the New Testament is literally just making stuff up about it. Clearly. Cherry picking sentences. They have no idea what's actually going on in the Old Testament. Like, according to the New Testament, you cannot have forgiveness without blood. That's why Paul says Jesus had to die. He said he had to be the ultimate sacrifice, right? But in the Old Testament, God says himself. He says, if you want forgiveness, just pray, repent, seek my face, turn from your wicked ways, and I'll forgive your sins. Like, God literally just says in the Old Testament, if you want forgiveness, just ask for it. That's all you got to do. So it's kind of silly to go through the whole human sacrifice when God can clearly just forgive you if he wants to.
But you gotta repent. I mean, you gotta repent and you gotta live right. Yeah. You gotta.
That's what God says that in the Old Testament. In Chronicles chapter 7, God just says it. He says, if you want forgiveness, just pray, turn from your wicked ways, and I will forgive you. I mean, it's God. He can just forgive them. That's why he got so mad in the Old Testament, is because they wouldn't ask for forgiveness. They turned to other gods. And he don't like that. He's a jealous God. And he's an envious God. And he throws tantrums like a 2-year-old with ultimate power. But that's beside the point. He says straight up, he says, if you want forgiveness, just ask for it. Like, that's all you got to do. You do not need blood for forgiveness, even in the Old Testament. That should alone show you that the New Testament is making stuff up about Jesus. At least, seems clear to me. Anyway.
Well, you're a lot. I mean, you're definitely a lot more knowledgeable about the book, the good book, than I am, and I'm going to try.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be in a knowledge contest. I'm just trying to show you what it actually says.
Oh no, I appreciate
compared to
it,
what
man.
you've probably been told it says. You know what I'm saying? I like to just read this book.
Me too, and I actually was wanting to read it today, and I hadn't done it. I just got home from work, and then I saw you talking about it, so I am reading it. So thank you.
Yeah, we reading it now, ain't we?
Yeah, we are. And I think that Jesus, like I say, in my personal experiences, I know Jesus is God, and He's our only chance. I know that now that like I say, now that my head ain't all fogged up by Satan's work and all the shit I've been through, I'm starting to realize I'm not starting. I have realized that He's the only chance that I've got to, seriously though, you think when we die, that's it, kaput. You believe that wholeheartedly?
Yeah, totally. I mean, why would I think anything else is the case?
Well,
that's what dead means. Like it's the end of your existence. Like literally, that means it's over. You're done. You will no longer have a functioning understanding or awareness of anything ever again. Lucretius called it the ultimate release of anxiety and pain.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I just, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't. It feels like there's definitely eternity to be spent somewhere after this life. But that's.
I mean, I get it. I used to think so too.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, like just dying's the best.
Huh?
All the time. Like, what could you possibly want to do for an eternity as a human?
There's going to be a new Earth, man. This ain't going to be like this.
Humans get punished? Do you know why humans get punished with prison? You know what the real punishment in prison is?
Well, there's a lot of bad things about prison.
Well, it's that you can't experience anything. You're isolated. You're bored, right?
You can experience stuff
shit to do.
You can experience a lot of
shit. So what could you...
There.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, what could you possibly want to do for an eternity?
Oh, now that...
Is there anything you can imagine yourself doing for eternity and not getting eventually bored of your fucking mind?
Because it's... I mean, I think that the kingdom of heaven is going to be so amazing that.
In what way?
Well, I think it's very, 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 very hard to get there. And just like it says,
why is it hard if all you got to do is believe? Like Paul says, just believe.
Because
it's easy. No law. There's no law to keep.
Because we're born sinners, and
Jesus paid for that. That's the whole point of the Bible. Is Jesus covered your sins? All you have to do is believe. Remember, God so loved the world, He sent His only begotten Son which it wasn't.
But you also have to live right. Whatever. You also have to live right once. If you really believe in Christ, then you're going to be living right. You're going to be doing the things that He says, and you're not going to be sinning that much. Like if you, a little white lie or something like that ain't going to get you kicked out of the kingdom of heaven. Hell, in my opinion.
Really?
Like a white lie or something that it's.
Do you know what sin is?
Well, yeah, I know what a lot of sin is.
What is it?
I guess you would say self-indulgence.
No, it tells you what sin is most
And there's
explicitly
other
in 1
sins,
John
but
chapter
that's
3.
what's it say? What sin
is lawlessness. Sin is breaking the law.
Right.
That's the whole point of Christianity. Actually, that's why a lot of people call it Paulianity. Because Paul came along and said that one man brought sin into this world and one man took it out. Paul says the law was abolished, right? You cannot sin if there is no law to sin against. That's the whole point, was that Jesus abolished this law that nobody can keep. Of course, Jesus never says that.
Oh man, I think I do. But I mean, the Old Testament is right. It is right. I ain't saying it's wrong. You do need to go by what it says there.
Well, either it's wrong or the New Testament is wrong. Either God was right and all you need for forgiveness is to ask for it, or the New Testament is right and you had to have like a blood human sacrifice ritual.
That wasn't a human.
But I mean,
that was God sacrificing His Son.
Wait, what? Oh, you think Jesus is God, like a Trinitarian?
I mean, that wasn't God sacrificed. That's not what I meant to say. That was Jesus dying for our sins. That wasn't a human. Like you were trying to say, Jesus was a human. He wasn't. I don't think he was a human. He was God.
Why would you think that? He had a separate will than God. Like, he begged God to remove the burden from him that he was about to go through. And God was like, no, I can't do it. We got to play it here. If Jesus is God, why would he ask himself to remove the burden from himself he was terrified to go through with?
Well, I mean, there's got to...
You remember, you remember when he prayed and he was crying blood? You remember that part? Or have you read that?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. Like I say, I haven't read a whole lot. I've read, actually, believe it or not, I've actually read more Old Testament than I have New Testament.
Oh, that's cool.
But,
so yeah, well, long story short, Jesus is praying in a garden. He's crying blood because he's literally terrified. He's so scared. He's crying blood, literally. He begs God. He says, please remove this cup from me, but do your will and not mine. So he's clearly separating their wills and what was happening there. So I don't understand how you get to Jesus is God based on stuff like that.
Hey, I've watched you on here sometimes, some other times, I've seen you on here a few times, and appreciate you bringing me up to talk to you. And
no problem.
Hey, man, I'm gonna have to hop off, and I hope you can bring me up again to talk some more.
Yeah, man.
But I definitely can say, I haven't done a lot of good in my life, and like I say, I'm trying to change that. And
well, man.
And I'm trying to change that. And you know what?
People will respect you for that.
I've been praying to God to come into my life more and to show me how to live right and to atone for some of my sins. And I would like to tell everybody that's listening that Jesus Christ is the way, and I know that now, and I pray that that He will shed some light for everyone else. And have a good day, brother. Love you, man.
You too, man. Think about the stuff here and then study up on it and come back sometime.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be studying on that. I'm going to be reading.
Don't go get saved till we talk again now.
Brother, I'm going to try to do that as soon as I can. Love
you,
man.
Don't you do it? Well, you can do it right now if you wanted to, but I'm saying don't. Just hold off for a bit. I think we can talk you out of this.
Well, I don't
before you go jump off the cliff.
No. I've been trying to. Hey, I'll tell you this much. I've been trying to talk myself out of it my whole life, and I finally gave up and accepted Jesus, man.
Oh no, you're losing the battle now. Hey, Hey, man, if that's what helps you out, do your thing, buddy. I don't think anybody, but as long as you're making progress, I mean,
Yes,
everybody's
sir.
got a bad past, man. Like, as long as you're making progress, people will respect you for it if you're trying to do right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Just don't give the credit to your imaginary friend. It was your willpower and such as. Dang, I just got restricted for 10 minutes for talking about something about mental health. What? What? Good Lord. TikTok is like, I can't say anything. They are all over me. Good gosh. I don't even know why I got my last suspension. I don't even know what it was. Now I've gotten a restriction for saying, I don't know, it just says some reason, mental health issue. Apparently I told somebody they're doing fine on their own or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm now restricted for the next 9 minutes. Anyway, I guess I'll pooey dooey, man. Finally getting to some good conversations, and then I get a restrictions. Anyway, I'm still glad to be back. I'm surprised they didn't just straight up suspend me. Like, at this point, I got to be like racking up some, I don't know, some kind of like bad points with TikTok or something shit. But I don't think I want to sit here for 8.5 more minutes without more folks coming through. And it's already been 2.5 hours. I kind of got to go to the bathroom. Anyway. I reckon I'll be back tomorrow, I guess. Kind of still feel pretty good tonight. It's been a pretty good... We started off a little slow, but we had some good conversations in there. I think, didn't we? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Or wait, do we got somebody in here? Oh, never mind. Well, I guess we got somebody. Let's try. I don't know what that name is.
Yo, Buff, why'd you stop being a Christian?
Hey, are you over 18 first? And are
Yeah,
you
I'm over 18.
And you're a Christian?
Yeah, no, I'm just asking, why did you stop?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you're a Christian.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. I stopped because scrutinized didn't hold up. Like those failed prophecies, Jesus doesn't. What? Oh, he you're gonna holler something and leave. You actually have to holler at first. As far as I know, he just disappeared. Anyway. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think that was. Huh? Might have been the. I don't know what it was. I think he was bombed his thing there. Oh, that's a friendly. Right. Oh man, he got raptured. Get it? Raptured? Raptor? Get it? Raptor? Ray got raptured? I don't know. Maybe I'll just take a little break here and then try again if I'm still in the mood. But either way, we still got like 7 minutes on a restriction. That's so silly. That just goes to show you, like, they're clocking me, man. I didn't say nothing out of the way there. Like, mental health. Give me a break, man. What the pooey. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off for at least a minute here. We'll just call it a reset, if anything. So I might jump back on a little bit. I may not, though. I might grab something to eat and stuff. But anyway, I'll be back on tomorrow morning at the, earlier and stuff. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't even mind at the moment, but I've really got to use the bathroom and stuff, and I haven't eaten or anything today yet either, so I might do that, and then we'll holla. Can you dispute it? Yeah, we'll catch y'all after a little while. The TikTok shop. Hey, I've got one of those agent things now too, so maybe that'll, if they do suspend me again. They'll pull me back up. But I do have also, I made a backup account that was Apostate Primate. Y'all throw me a follow over there so I can get that one going just in case something happens to this one. But anyway, we'll see what's up here in a little bit. We'll catch y'all in a minute or